Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
And that breaking news is the co-leader who plotted to kidnap Michigan's governor has been sentenced. It tops our news this noon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We want to get right to that. Barry Croft Jr. avoided a life sentence, but this comes a day after his co-defendant, Adam Fox, also could have spent the rest of his life in prison, but he will now serve 16 years behind bars. For the latest on this developing story, we want to get out to Sean Lay, who's been covering this from the get-go. Sean.
Jason, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. It's 19 years in prison for Barry Croft. He was just sentenced in a federal courtroom over in Grand Rapids. It was a fiery sentencing. Prosecutors comparing Croft to ISIS leaders. The attorney for Barry Croft striking a far different tone in court this morning. In 2 trials, he blasted and blamed the FBI for setting up the men who were plotting to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Barry Croft was convicted of terrorism charges, conspiracy to kidnap, and weapons charges. His attorney blamed his mental health issues as a child in court this morning at sentencing. Prosecutors blasting Croft, comparing him to ISIS leaders, saying he truly was intent and close to launching a violent attack on the governor because he wanted to spark a war in the country. Federal Judge Robert Yonker said Croft's acts were incredibly serious, dangerous, yet a life sentence was not appropriate. Back here live, so it's 19 years for Barry Croft, it's 16 years for Adam Fox. These are the 2 guys convicted of federal charges here. There are others facing state charges of supporting the plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. But Jason, we're just scratching the surface of what happened in court today. Much more starting at 5. Back to you.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to break this down, given what these 2 men have done and their role in this whole plot. Sean, we appreciate it. More than 50 people have died across the nation during the historic winter storm that buried Buffalo, New York, in more than 100 inches of snow so far this season. And right now in New York's Erie County, where 31 people have died, life is a struggle. Crews are working to clear the roads there while Buffalo's ban on driving still in effect. Officials say it's been a struggle to keep fuel and groceries in stock as they work to restore power, clear the roads. They're checking on homes and other cars for people who might still be stranded. Nothing we had to deal with, thankfully, but let's get a check of the forecast that seems to be going in the right direction. Brian Sherman tracking it all for us this afternoon.
Yeah, Jason, we are definitely heading in the right direction, seeing a little bit of sunshine as we've worked throughout the morning. That will continue into the afternoon as well. Tower cam over downtown Detroit. We haven't completely scoured out all of the cloud cover, but expect that filtered sunshine to continue as we head into the afternoon. The good news with that, we have finally made it above that 32-degree freezing mark. We're sitting at 37 right now here in Detroit, 36 over in Howell, 35 right now working into Pontiac, and 35 also in Adrian. But that wind is a little breezy out of the south, anywhere from 10 to upwards of 15, even 18 miles an hour. So it's making it feel just a tad bit colder than it actually is outside. But compared to yesterday, the entire region running anywhere 10 plus degrees warmer than we were this time yesterday, and expect that warming trend to continue as we head throughout the next couple days. Still holding on to some of that cloud cover, but it is thinning out a little bit over southeastern Michigan. So the day's not a complete washout. We keep our warming temperatures on the way as we head throughout the day. Upper 30s for a daytime high today. The warming trend continues the next few days before rain moves in as we head toward the end of the week. I'll time out when you're going to need that umbrella and your complete 4-1 forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Jason.
All right, Brian, sounds good. Are you traveling today? Well, hopefully you're traveling Delta or United, because the same can't be said about Southwest about things going smoothly. They have canceled thousands of flights in the U.S., and those cancellations and delays are leaving travelers frustrated and stranded at airports across the nation. Airlines trying to bounce back from that winter weather. NBC's Bree Jackson is in Washington.
The federal government will investigate why Southwest Airlines fell so far behind other carriers. The travel chaos continues at airports nationwide.
Delayed, and then canceled. It's been stressful.
It's been pretty tough. Southwest was a mess.
Southwest Airlines is behind most of the backups, forcing some to scramble for rentals.
Oh, well, I've been here for 3 days.
If you're Southwest.
And a huge luggage nightmare. The company scrubbed 70% of its flight schedule on Monday, with plans to cancel over 2,000 flights daily Wednesday and Thursday.
We're doing everything we can to return to a normal operation. And please also hear that I'm truly sorry.
The CEO says the carrier took the worst hit partly because weather impacted two major hubs in Chicago and Denver. But Southwest pilot and flight attendant unions say outdated scheduling software is also to blame.
Clearly, we need to double down on our already existing plans to upgrade systems.
Got passengers who can't get a hold of customer service. It's an unacceptable situation.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says he'll hold the airline accountable.
This has clearly crossed the line from what's an uncontrollable weather situation to something that is the airline's direct responsibility.
The holiday meltdown has travelers feeling stranded, enraged, and fed up.
I'm so happy to come back. I want to fly again. I'm scared too.
Southwest airline officials say they're optimistic flights will be back on track before next week. American and Delta Airlines have announced caps on their fares as a result of Southwest cancellations. In Washington, I'm Bree Jackson. Back to you. Happening right now, former Castech football standout Jayru Campbell being arraigned in court following a standoff with Auburn Hills police. Campbell streamed the tense moments from Havenwick Hospital on Facebook Live over the holiday weekend. In it, you see him holding a little girl who he says in the video is his daughter. You can also see Campbell holding a pair of scissors. Campbell helped lead the Castech football team to its 2011 state championship. He also helped Ferris State reach a national title game in 2018. We'll have more about the arraignment and the charges he's now facing coming up at 5 o'clock tonight. Detroit police asking for your help after a disturbing video shows a man shoving a woman into a work van. Police tell us they are investigating after this video came to their attention. It shows a man shove the woman into the van there. We don't know who the man is or who the woman is or if she's even okay, but it appears they do know each other. In the video, you can hear the woman call him by his name, saying Quentin. The man is seen wearing a gold jacket with the number 1 on the back. If you know anything about this video or recognize who's in it, call Detroit police. We do have a sad update to a story we brought you yesterday. The body of the Henry Ford doctor who went missing 5 days ago has been found. The Jackson County dive team recovered the body of Bolek Payan in a frozen pond on the property near his home. He was a doctor at Henry Ford Hospital in Jackson and was last seen leaving the building on Thursday. Detectives believe he died before the missing persons report was filed, and it was because of the weather conditions that day. Former Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick now asking a judge to clear his remaining debt and give him the green light to travel. The request comes nearly 2 years after the president granted him clemency, allowing him to become a free man after serving 8 years of a 28-year prison sentence for public corruption. His attorney is filing paperwork asking for Kilpatrick's remaining restitution of $1.5 million to be wiped away. The attorney argues the liquidation of some assets tied to co-defendant Bobby Ferguson should be applied as a credit and satisfy that debt. Since his release from prison, Kilpatrick has moved to Atlanta and started a ministry. Michigan's Public Service Commission trying to help DTE customers save some money. The commission denied an expensive prepaid program as well as a request to pull certain customer protections from DTE. Through that program, customers could pay for electricity before using any energy as opposed to the usual pay it after you get the bill. The utility looked to its entire customer base to pay for the program, which cost more than $12 million just to get started, and it wasn't clear how much it would cost to keep the program running. DTE also asked to suspend certain billing rules that serve to protect customers. To an update now to a story we brought you yesterday. With the power now restored at the Detroit City Club apartments. This comes after people there were living without heat since Christmas Day after a pipe burst on the 22nd floor, causing that power outage. DTE was waiting for a part after some equipment was damaged by the floodwaters. They got it about 8:30 last night, and DTE says it was able to get that power back on for all the people there affected. Still to come here on the Noon, the Mega Millions jackpot stacking up even higher after no one won the jackpot. We'll tell you what your odds are to win it this time when we come back. And another price hike might be headed to the pump. We'll tell you when experts are expecting that after the break.